The Hulk is a polarizing figure in the MCU, and his film definitely leaves fans divided. In recent years, the film has gotten a lot more fan love, but initially, the film was never really topping anybody's charts. But when it came to the actors in it, they of course really stood out. One of them was recast, this of course being Edward Norton's Bruce Banner. The other, the Abomination, he is still in the MCU and recently made his return, of course, one in Shang-Chi, but most prominently in She-Hulk. As it turns out, Marvel Studios' Kevin Feige is the reason he returned. Despite others wanting to recast him, that was not going to be happening. Marvel Studios' Kevin Feige was dead set on keeping the Abomination played by Tim Roth. So we know the story by now. When it came to the casting of the Incredible Hulk, Marvel Studios, who at the time was still working on Iron Man 1 when Universal started to work on the Incredible Hulk, did not have as much pull in the final say in regards to that film. So it really came down to the clashing ideas that Marvel Studios had for who they wanted cast and who Universal had that they wanted cast. And sometimes they agreed, many times in this film, in regards to everything, they disagreed. So when it came to the casting of the Hulk, we know they didn't agree. When it came to the casting of Abomination, this is one of the things that really stood out to Marvel Studios. And they revealed that when it came to Tim Roth as Emil Blonsky, aka the Abomination, this was everybody's agreement. The higher-ups in Universal had other people in mind, but the director, Louis Leterrier, he loved Roth's audition. And then when it came down to the rest of them, Marvel Studios, specifically Kevin Feige, he fell in love with him in the casting as well. But this was only after both Tim Roth and Leterrier had to sit down and convince Kevin Feige that he was the perfect choice. And also, Universal was pushing for somebody bigger. We don't know who that was. Obviously, Jeff Bridges signed on to play the Ironmonger in Iron Man, so Feige figured we need somebody else that's a big name like that. But once he saw Tim Roth and met him, once they talked about it, and once they talked about what was going on, Feige was absolutely in love with it. To the point where, when it came to the possibility of recasting the Abomination for projects, Feige was dead set on nobody but Roth. He stays on because if they prove to me that they knew exactly what they were doing and proved to me that I was wrong in not wanting him. So in the end, Kevin Feige more or less stuck to his word that if the Abomination ever returns, it's gonna be Tim Roth. And well, here we are. More than a decade later, he returned, and it looks like the Abomination, up until he's gone, will continue to be played by Tim Roth.